welcome to Court Candy, the women's basketball podcast where the takes are hot and the tea is strong. I am your host today, Kate, and with me is my co-host, Sloan. I'm going to take the reins today, which is pretty exciting. Today we are officially in the postseason, so we are going to chat about round one of the playoffs, about our end-of-year awards that have started to come out. We are filming this after the shortlist of our MVPs have come out, but before the actual MVP is announced. We have so much to talk about around the Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Coach of the Year, lots and lots to cover in addition to this first round of the playoffs. So we're really excited to dive in.
Yeah, before we dive into all that juicy goss, we're going to hit the candy bar.
For the first time in almost a month. I'm so excited
Kate's
to
been
be in
away
person.
in Seattle. So welcome back.
Thank you.
So happy to have you. We have a candy bar. So what do we have?
Speaking of Seattle, I just need to pour a candy out.
Like a wrapper? No, you're wasting candy.
For the storm. I am going to pick that up because I feel bad wasting it. These are some of my all-time favorite candies. These are Swedish gummies from the company Bubs, and these ones are banana toffee. So let's have one. I love Bubs because they are also gelatin-free.
I will say, at the beginning, I think of like last year, they became super viral on TikTok. Everybody was talking about Swedish candy. They were vegan, and I'm like, how good can they be? And I learned about them from Anthony from Queer Eye on Netflix.
These ones are kind of like foamy. They're so good. Bubs, if you want to sponsor our podcast, we would be very happy about that.
I'll even do it in Swedish.
Yeah, I'll learn Swedish for this. I love these candies so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. There's so much to talk about.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start off with the playoffs.
Amazing. It's been a wild ride. Last night was shocking.
Oh my gosh, the games were shocking. So upsets, non-upsets.
But close games last night. Like literally 1-point games on both games last night.
The thing that I love about the W is that anything can happen, right?
Fever against the Dream.
Right.
And Storm against the Aces.
Right. So do you want to talk through them?
Well, Fever against the Dream, I mean, I'm always excited when...
So what was on the line?
This was winner take all, game 3 for both of these games. We're talking about a 3-game round 1. It's going to be a 5-game round 2 and a 7-game round 3. New format for the season. So it's the first time we've had a 3-game round 1. And I love when something gets pushed to the final game, especially when, you know, if it's not my home team, I just, for the love of the sport, I enjoy watching more of it. And so I was really excited that 3 of the 4 first-round matchups have been pushed to a third game. And at the same time, I still am generally rooting for the higher seed team, right? Like it was Indiana versus the Dream, and Indiana had pushed game 3. And everything was on the line. These teams were bawling their hearts out. And it was so close the whole game. Like that score was like ticking back and forth between the two. And in the end, the Fever took it. 6th ranked overall against the 3rd ranked overall, the Fever took it in a shocking upset.
Shocking. And I don't mean to be your echo, but we are looking at the Atlanta Dream that have just been the underdogs all year. They came in, they had Carl Semesco as the coach, who has just been an incredible coach. If Natalie Nakasse didn't take it, he was probably one of the front runners for this award. And
that's Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, right. Coach of the Year. And, you know, you had Alicia Gray, you have Ryan Howard, you have Naz Hillman. Like, it's just an incredible, strong team. And you had the Fever, a ragtag group of players. You saw their team photo, and it looked like a football team with half of them injured, on crutches, on wheelies. Like, this cannot be serious.
I think they ended up with at least 16 people on their roster at the end of the season.
Yeah, just plagued with injuries. Like, everything that could have happened didn't happen to them. And for some reason, they just pulled it together and they won the game. And they're going into the semifinals for the first time in 10 years.
I mean, we know that they are a pretty tenacious team and they've got some really tenacious players. And I know that there's, you know, a lot of belly aching around the Fever this year. Lots of reasons for that. And I can't really argue with almost any of them. But from like to speak to the players themselves, like that is a group of hard working players. And we're talking like the You know, the starting 5 quality players, Kelsey Mitchell has been aggressive, working so hard all season, succeeding, keeping these games afloat. Like, she has been the beating heart of this flailing team for so much of the season. You look at a player like Aaliyah, and I know lots of people don't love her style of defense, but she is a good defensive player. Look at Lexi, who is tenacious, and she just never gives up. She's like a dog with a bone. When, like, whether she's on defense or offense, I think she performs really well.
Yeah.
It's a team that has, like, these pinch hitters that have come in and had so much impact. Look at Odyssey Sims in last night's game. She was incredible. Ariel Powers, like, there was great ball playing last night. So I can't be mad at the Fever for playing their hearts out and for making it through. But I am shocked because it really felt like this was a season where the Dream could have really surprised us and taken it the whole way. I don't know that's true of the Fever. But we'll see.
There's always next year for the Dream.
Absolutely. I mean, they clearly have magic going on in the team.
They do.
Jordan Canada, BG, you've got a lot of great players.
Really, like, my heart did break for Alicia Gray because
this
is her year. Like, she has been nominated for MVP. So has Kelsey Mitchell. You know, next year, there's always next year for Alicia Gray. So let's see what happens with the Indiana Fever. So let's talk about the Aces.
Aces v Storm. Yeah, exact same situation. Top seeded team took the first game. Bottom seeded team took the second game, forced a third, and they were back on the Aces territory. And the Storm plays well outside of their home court. Like, they actually have almost a home court disadvantage. They do not play as well in Climate Pledge Arena as they do when they're on the road.
But they won.
They won at
when
home.
They won the second game.
Won at home. Yeah. But it
was electric.
It was amazing. But then last night they were back in Vegas, and it was a vicious game. It was also pretty low scoring, which was kind of crazy. I feel like they were really duking it out. I feel like there was blood. Like, it was a messy game. Like, Chelsea Gray was definitely bleeding at one point. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was blood. Literally, there was blood. It was a very physical game from the start. Asia showed up in her white t-shirt ensemble, and then we're just like, is it because of the defensive player of the year, or is it because she means business because they lost the second game to the Storm? And everybody was just like, both of them. Both
of the above.
Both of the above, right? And so she meant business, and they went in, and the Storm have been playing terribly for the past few weeks. And I don't even know how they made it to the second game, but for the sake of the Aces, I was like, if the Storm take this series, they better play the best ball they've ever played, because they would be doing the Aces a disservice, because the Aces have been putting their heart out on the line every game since August 2nd. Yeah. Which is like their winning streak.
It really feels like the trajectory of the Storm versus the Aces, like, their fortunes were sort of flipped this season, where the Aces really had a bit of a tough start to the season. And then after that All-Star break, they picked up their game, and they, had an almost 18-game winning streak. I think it was 17 in total. Almost league record-making winning streak. Yeah. I think if they had won Game 2, they would have tied, I think, for the longest winning streak in history. And then the Storm, meanwhile, started off the season stronger, and they just, like, softened over the season. And they, like, that is a team of veterans. It's a tall team. They have some outstanding individual players stacked with all-stars, and just couldn't really pull it together for the second half of the season.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Aces. I'm excited for them to face the Indiana Fever. That's going to be really interesting. Interesting to see Asia Wilson's face when she found out that they were playing against the Fever, because her game against the Storm was after the Fever game. So she was a bit surprised to learn that she was playing against the Fever instead of the Atlanta Dream.
She'd probably already been, like, planning her defense
against like her
Dream
bestie
specifically. Against Alicia. And then to find out that she was playing the Fever, I think, was a little unsettling.
I know. And then just in a couple of hours, Game 3 against, who is it?
We've got the Liberty and the Mercury.
Liberty Bibberty having a hell of a time.
They had a really, really bad game.
We cannot diagnose what the issue is. They have, like, players that anybody would kill for. They have an incredible lineup, and for some reason, they're just not gelling. There's something happening with them, and we cannot diagnose the issue.
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit like what was happening with the Aces earlier in the season. Like, it's just whatever magic is not Something about the mix of ingredients is just like the proportions are a little bit off or something. The stew is not tasting right. But they
Yeah.
had a great game 1 and then an abysmal game 2, like a
Right.
shockingly bad game
Yeah.
2. So
In
I
front of
think
Malala.
in front of Malala, in front of Tracy Ellis Ross, in front of
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee was there. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was just
losing terribly in front of all these legends.
all these people. You're so
But
sad.
yeah, I just feel really bad. And Brianna Stewart, like she hurt her MCL, I think it was,
Yep.
right?
Sprained,
and she,
I think,
yeah, she
yeah.
sprained it, and she still continued to play because she really wanted to be there for her team, and it didn't make a difference at all.
No, because her
So
play was impacted in the end.
yeah, and then so tonight is the night that they have to show up, and if they do not win, then it's over for them. The season's over, and they are the reigning champs. To get knocked out in round 1 as the reigning champs, that is embarrassing.
I mean, even to be coming in at 5th.
Yeah.
Like, reigning champs in the bottom half, technically, of
Yeah.
the playoffs, like a losing seed or lower seed is already kind of shocking. But honestly, I love the Liberty. I
Mhm.
love the team. I love the players. But the Mercury really has had such a strong season. I would love to see them move on to round 2.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that the Mercury are going to definitely take it. They're just such a well-oiled machine. They're just perfectly insane.
Yeah. And talk about like a magical mix of ingredients coming together at kind of the right time. It's kind of crazy because it's a lot of new people on the team all at once. A lot of, big name players from 2024 are not there this season. A lot of new people, and just the magic is really special. And I would hate to see it get cut short. But if the Liberty take it, I can't be mad at them. When they play well, it's magic.
That's Nate Tibbetts.
Yeah.
That handsome man. I don't know. I have a question, Nate Tibbetts. I have
That's
no
okay.
idea, but he's such a great coach, and AT's there, and we'll see what happens. But I definitely think the Mercury are going to take it tonight.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong because I didn't think Indiana was going to take it, and look what
Sure.
happened. Like
Totally.
the WNBA is full of upsets, and the
Mhm.
playoff season is one that is dramatic and full of surprises.
Yeah. And I think we need to quickly acknowledge and celebrate the Valks, who lost out. They were the only team to go down in 2, but they put up a fight.
Pour one out for the Velks. It's like, Kate's is all about pouring one out now. The Velks, valiant effort.
The fallen Valkyries, our fallen soldiers.
Yeah.
No, they had an amazing season. They played so hard in that game too. They lost by a single point to the top seeded team in the league. One of the best records, not just the top ranked, but like by a mile.
The Valkyries,
They almost won.
like cheers to the Valkyries, because again, I said it before, the Valkyries put on a live, like unscripted Disney movie for us. We're not cheering for Disney right now because of what they're doing to Jimmy Kimmel and everybody else, but they are that sports film that you watched as a kid and got tingles and goosebumps from, because what Natalie Nakase and her team did is just completely unheard of. And, some people take it too far and call them a bunch of castaways or castoffs. No, put some respect on their name. They're incredible players, and they came together and just dominated. They built a huge community. And I'm so proud of the Valkyries, each and every one of them on their team, the coaching staff, the fans, everybody. That's how you build a team and a community. My gosh, I'm getting like goosebumps just talking about that. I'm going to tear up. But Golden State Valkyries, we can't wait to see what you do in your team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw somebody on Threads, right? Like, if somebody was not filming a documentary of this like first expansion team in over 15 years, like if this was not filmed, what a loss, because this truly is a Cinderella story, and it would make a top tier sports documentary. And I sincerely hope that they have been tracking this whole thing.
I agree.
I mean, it would make sense for the WNBA to have invested in filming it because it would have been a monumentous season one way or another.
Yeah.
But like they hit so many amazing moments, like it is prime for a documentary.
And another thing that I want to call out, and everyone's just like, how did Natalie Nakase do it? And I'm going to say this as Asian woman to Asian woman. It's because she's an Asian woman. We put our mind to this. We are built on hard work, determination, and a little bit of delulu. This is all we have. It spans generations and generations. And here we are.
That was your message directly to Natalie?
You go, girl. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so that's where we're at for the playoffs so far.
So let's get into the tea. Okay, so the year-end awards?
Yeah.
Okay, year-end awards. Paige Becker's Page one out of the Book of Beckers has won Rhodey, just as we suspected. Rhodey, Rookie of the Year. She was on the Jennifer Hudson show. And if you're familiar with the show and the format, every celebrity or every guest in the show does a dance down the tunnel where all the
Tunnel walk.
employees just form the tunnel on side to side. And then she was dancing in the tunnel. And out of nowhere, your worst nightmare, Kathy Engelbert pops out and then presented her with the Rookie of the Year award. And if you were like, oh, God, then I don't know what you expected, but it was a big presentation of the award in front of, national television. And we were so excited for her that she got the award. But Caitlyn fans were pissed because Caitlyn didn't get the same hoo-ha around it. I don't know. Anyways, because she didn't get the same celebration the same way that Paige Beckers got it. Paige Beckers also got a custom gold cowboy belt buckle from Nike. She got all this media attention that they didn't think that Caitlyn got. I'm just going to say this. Caitlyn has gotten her fair share of media attention.
Absolutely.
She still continues to get the media attention from the bench. She gets commentators talking about her being injured in games where the Indiana Fever are not playing.
Yeah, it's anybody making comments about Caitlin Clark when we're celebrating Paige's outstanding rookie year. And I know that we're doing that, to be clear. We are so proud of Paige. This is an incredible season for her, truly a great in the making. I'm so excited for her. Yeah. And also the full body eye roll that I have when I hear anybody complaining about oh, Caitlin didn't get this. Sorry, Caitlin was on SNL last year. Chill out. She's doing fine.
Girl is fine. We love Caitlin Clark. We're just saying this is Paige's moment, and we are so proud of Paige Beckers for what she's done and the momentum and the new fans that she brings to the league. And, she's just such a good person, and we love to see her, and we love to see her great sportsmanship. And congratulations to Paige Beckers on winning Rhodey. The next one was MIP.
Veronica.
Improved player, which goes to the Golden State Valkyries. So Veronica Burton last year was waived by said Dallas Wings, who is I would say a struggling team that Paige Beckers is on right now. And going from a waived player to being one of the leaders to almost being the franchise player, I would say.
For the playoffs. Especially with Kayla out. Once Kayla got injured, Veronica really, really stepped up.
Right.
In a way that you might have expected someone like Tip to really step up and be the sort of grounding voice, the kind of leader of the team. But it was Veronica, and she played so hard. And I think this is one of my favorite things about the WNBA broadly and about the Valks in particular is what you see often is magic when certain people are in certain environments. So whether it's who they're playing with, who they're being coached by, you just see such a difference in the quality and style of play when someone is in a good place for them. And I think about, obviously, Veronica being a perfect example of that. I think about Nalissa being on the Aces this season. She's really shining. She's making a huge impact. I think about
Dejanay with the Minnesota Lynx and Cheryl
Absolutely.
Reeves.
Yeah. There's so many examples of it. Players where, last season and we're watching the Fever and Erica Wheeler and Nalissa both played a lot but didn't seem to be really shining. And now they're both off the team in Seattle and the Aces respectively, and both making a huge impact, doing so well, being celebrated for their skill set, fitting with their team really well. It just makes me really happy. And so I think this is why the Valks are so much fun, because you see these players who were great on their teams before, but they were always reserves, and seeing them shine in a new way, have the opportunity to express the best version of their basketball makes me so happy. It brings me a lot of warm, glowy feelings.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so well-deserved, Veronica Burton. Congratulations for most improved player. And again, year 2, girl, you got this.
Amazing.
Next.
Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year? We called it.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Nakase. It's such a good choice. I think Cheryl Reeve would have been a really obvious choice because the team clearly is far and away the most successful team of the season.
You're already set up.
Yeah, but Cheryl Reeve is also, she is a championship winning coach. She's incredible. She is clearly doing great work. And Cheryl Reeve clearly recognizes that Nakase is doing incredible work. And you saw that in that final
The
regular season
interaction.
game between the two
Yeah.
teams. And Cheryl like really, really held Nakase close. And you could tell that it was like a really like positive, what you're doing here is outstanding. You should be so proud of yourself. Like
Yeah.
if I could put words in Cheryl's mouth, that's what she said to Nakase in that moment.
You know, good news. I'm a bit of a lip reader. But I think Cheryl Reeves said, Natalie Nakase, welcome to the W. Thank you for making it such an incredible place to be for these players and really elevating our league with the Golden State Valkyries. Congratulations. You are a once in a generation coach.
It's more eloquent than me. I love it.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's from my lip reading service.
Amazing. Sloan reads lips. And yeah, so I mean, I'm so happy for Nakase.
Yeah.
And I think that she's done it with the kind of like grace and also firm hand that a team needs. And she never seems to over-index on one or the other. And she's also had to make a lot of tough calls for the team with waiving certain players, keeping certain players. The team struggled with the Euro Cup. Like there were so many things that happened to this team between injuries and waves and Euro Cup. And it's a whole bunch of new people that have never played together. And they made, I've said magic a million times, but they made magic happen.
And congratulations to Natalie Lacoste on your Coach of the Year award.
Amazing.
What's next?
Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, Lord. So when you think of what do you think of?
What do you mean?
Like the word like co-worker, company, you know. Yeah. Shared, like co-CEO, things like that. So yesterday, the WNBA was supposed to release the Defensive Player of the Year award, and all of a sudden they released an image of two players, and that was Alana Smith of the Minnesota Lynx and our beloved GOAT, who is Asia Wilson. And the internet, the fans were up in arms because you're going to make Asia Wilson share an award with somebody and then release the numbers of like, okay, well, Asia Wilson got 29 votes. Alana Smith got 29 votes. And then right under them was Gabby Williams at 9 votes, right? And they're like, this is the first time in NBA and WNBA history. But what they don't know is that the fans have access to the stats via ESPN, via unrivaled data, via WNBA data itself. So, Kate, why don't you pull up the numbers and tell us, in terms of stats for being defensive players, we're looking at rebounds, we're looking at steals, right? So let's get into it.
So let's chat a bit about Defensive Player of the Year.
And I just want to preface this by saying that, you know, Alana Smith is an incredible player. And I'm sorry that the uproar of having Asia Wilson share the award with Alana Smith probably didn't look favorable on her end for Alana Smith. That's not the case at all. And Alana Smith should have deserved the award herself, or Asia Wilson should have gotten the award by herself. It should have not been shared.
This is the thing, is like, so some context. Defensive Player of the Year is organized typically by, it's a mix of stats, non-merit items, and then it's voted on. The stats typically include blocks and steals, defensive rebounds, being a team defense anchor, sometimes also your opposing team field goal percentage. So there's a few things that we can consider when we think about what are the stats that inform what a Defensive Player of the Year is. Then beyond that, so those are the kind of merit bases: defensive stats, blocks, stats, opponent field goal, defensive rebounds, reputation. The non-merit factor, it often goes to an established defender or the anchor on an elite defensive team. So you're typically not going to see your Defensive Player of the Year come from one of the lower ranked teams. It's probably going to be a highly ranked team. Then in terms of the voting function for that, it's a panel of national and local sports writers and broadcasters that are selected by the league. And Defensive Player of the Year is one of the positions that do go through the media panel. So let me just double check. Yeah, so it's media panel and it's not ranked. So they do not have the opportunity to rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get a single vote for Defensive Player of the Year. So there is clearly a potential conflict in kind of the voting side of this, right? But based on the numbers, I just don't understand how 29 people think that Alana is better than Asia as a defensive player. Because when we look at the stats, and I'm an Alana Smith girl, I think she is a great player. Every time I watch her play, I'm like, yes, she's good. Like she blocks well. She's an all-around good defensive player. She, makes good numbers from the offensive side as well.
Also, her TikTok videos of her unboxing her fashion wear.
Yeah,
Like
she's
her
a cutie
fashion wear. When I
patootie.
say fashion wear, I mean clothes. She's a cutie patootie.
Hello?
Yeah, I freaking love Alana Smith.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is not a dig on her, but
No,
let's look at this. Yeah.
absolutely. So, blocks. Per game, Asia's at 2.3, Alana's at 1.9. So Alana's ranked lower. Defensive rebounds, Asia's at 7.9, ranked number 2. Alana's at 3.5, ranked number 30. Defensive rebounds. Steals, Asia's at 1.6, which is like top 3, I think. Alana's at 1.3, which I think is still top 10 but lower. It could also be just outside of the top 10.
Okay.
Games played, Asia played 40, Alana played 42. So it's not like Asia missed a lot of the season. The opponent field goal percentage for the Aces was 43.6%, number 6 in the league. For the Lynx, it was 42.3%, which is number 2 in the league. So Lynx was higher in terms of they had a lower opponent field goal percentage. Of course, one of the things I think that's happening in Alana's favor is that the Lynx is clearly the top team in the league this season, right? So obviously the Lynx has been playing a great game. Frankly, Alana is not the only defensive player on that team. You still have Fee.
Yeah.
You still have Jessica Shepard coming off the bench.
Who also won Defensive Player of the Year,
exactly.
too. So,
yeah. And so then we're going to look at a few other stats. There are other leaders in steals, including Gabby Williams, Fee, Alyssa Thomas, Paige, De'Erica Hamby, Ryan Howard. Other leaders in blocks, we're talking about Ezzy McMcGore, Fee, Stewie, BG, Camilla, Olivia Nelson-Adota. Other leaders in defensive rebounds, Angel, AT again, JJ, Aaliyah Boston, Nneka Ogwumike, Camilla, Stewie again. So there are other players that are ranking top 10 in more than one of these things. That does not rank top 10 in more than one of these categories. Team leads in steals, the Storm, the Lynx, the Sun. Team leaders in blocks, the Storm, the Aces, the Lynx. Team leaders in defensive rebounds, the Dream, the Liberty, the Valks.
Okay. So I get your point.
Like, all in all, and like I say, I really, really love Alana, but clearly, if you're choosing between the two, it's Asia Wilson. And there should be a mechanism for the league to, like, if there's a tie, there should be a tie-breaking function. You should put Alana up against Asia and make people choose between the two, like you would in a ranked choice ballot or whatever. Why is this not a ranked choice ballot? That doesn't make sense. Make them choose 3 or 5 and have that ranking influence the score. Like, there are just so many ways to get around a tie, and or the league could say, we see there's a tie and we see that one of these players has better stats, and give it to the player with the better stats. And I think it hurts both of the players because Asia doesn't deserve it. She is a better player. And Alana doesn't deserve it because she's going to have a lot of hate poured on her. And she's a good player. And I don't think she deserves the hate that's going to come with being like that other person. And frankly, it reminds me of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, when Trinity Taylor and Monet Exchange were given like co-winner of All-Stars. And it was so unfair to them because I just think it diminishes both of their work. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they would do it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, I ranted. I know I ranted.
Do you think that they're going to set us up for a co-MVP?
This is what I'm worried about, honestly. I don't know that you put up a co-defensive player of the year if you're not trying to soften the blow of a co-MVP. But we did get the shortlist for MVPs today. We've got 3 that were locked in that we expected, and that is Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas. And then the 2 others that I was expecting to be in the top 5 as well are there. And we're talking about Alicia Gray and Kelsey Mitchell.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a stacked set of MVP candidates. There is not a person on there that has not had an outstanding season and deserves to be recognized for it.
I agree with you. So we've already talked about the MVP race. We only spoke about Asia, AT, and Fee. Right? I will continue just to talk about them. I think that Alicia Gray has had an incredible year. She's done a great job, but again, the dream just got knocked out last night. Kelsey Mitchell did great, had an incredible game, that one game that she came back with like almost 40 points or more than 40 points, has really kept the team together, like the Fever together. But I don't think that she's a strong enough contender to really keep up with AT, Fee, and Asia.
I think the thing is that you've got 5 strong players, but 3 who are all like outperforming in 3 very different ways.
Right.
And I think that's where our top 3 picks really shine. So each one of them has something that the other ones do not. To me, both Kelsey and Alicia have had outstanding seasons, like really top tier, extremely solid performances, have carried their teams, have been leaders for the team, have won amazing games. Like, that's table stakes for MVP. Then you have Asia, who has outstanding stats, top ranked, like, not literally, but near the top ranked in almost every category. Like, she is a top ranking performer. Her team, she brought them up, literally dragged them from 10th place up to 2nd. And they had one of the longest winning streaks. She's MVP 3 times over for a reason. Asia, clearly one of the all-time greats of women's basketball, of basketball in general.
Women's sports.
Yeah.
Sports.
Just sports.
Just sports.
She's a go.
Asia freaking Wilson literally dragged her team. Like you said, she said, we need to get our shit together. And the team got their shit together. Breanna Stewart also said to the team, we don't have a championship mindset. Still, the team does not have a championship mindset, and they have not got their shit together.
Yeah.
But when Asia Wilson does it, they do it.
I feel like Asia is like Orfeo going directly into Hades and like grabbing Eurydice and dragging her out of hell back into the real world. Like, that is the level of Asia's performance. And yes, did I just go back into like Greek mythology for this reference? I did. That's what Asia did this season to me.
That was effing poetic.
Don't look back though. You can't talk to her. Anyway, that is what sets Asia apart.
Yeah.
So table stakes are there. Performance, leadership, Asia has got it all. Fee, I think that Fee has been like, they've been, slowly carving her name into the MVP trophy since the beginning of this season.
Yeah.
Because the Lynx came out hot and did not break.
No.
This team has an insane win percentage on the season, like just absolutely outrageous performance all season long. And it is a team of strong performers, but Fee leads this team. And we all know that she is, there's the class clowns on the team, there's the nerds on the team, but she is class president. She is doing everything.
She is consistency. She is reliability. She's stability. Okay, this is what I think of Fee of. The Notebook. I think of Fee as James Marsden. Beautiful, handsome boyfriend option, but a little boring, right? And then you have Ryan Gosling coming back. And Ryan Gosling is Asia Wilson, right? A little unpredictable, fiery. He's a bird, you're picking Asia Wilson. But Fee will always be that stable person that you look back on and you smile.
We're all for the analogies today. Yeah, no, Fee, she's had an incredible season, and so much of, clearly her stats are incredible. And part of what makes this season so good for her is just the overperformance of the Lynx all season long. So that is, to me, the kind of the cherry on top of the table stakes of a great year is just incredible, mind-blowing performance from the whole team, and she has been leading that whole thing.
Yeah. Incredible player. Just incredible.
Absolutely. And then I think number 3
is AT.
So again, if we're talking about what is the superlative here, AT has been running crazy numbers all season long. She has over 20 double-doubles. Yeah. She has 8 triple-doubles in the season.
More than people have in their whole careers. Literally.
It's insane.
Yeah.
She is pushing the bar for what performance looks like for a player in the WNBA, frankly. Now there is a new standard for what a single person's impact can be in a season, and it is 8 triple-doubles. She may not be scoring 25 plus points per game, but she is getting triple-doubles. That means that she's getting front court, back court, points. She's doing everything.
And honestly, the Phoenix Mercury would not be where they are without her. And let's not, people are sick of hearing this, but she's doing it with 2 torn labrums.
Absolutely. And I was just going through those defensive player of the year stats. She's not even a defensive player, and she's top 10 in 2 of the DPOY stats.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That is it just doesn't It doesn't make sense. It's
Yeah.
so good. And like in any other season, if you didn't have Asia dragging her team from the depths of hell,
Yeah.
or if you didn't have Nafisa Collier like literally riding this perfectly cresting wave for an entire season,
Right.
AT would be a clear winner for MVP. And one of the best things is that all three of them are in top ranked teams.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're seeing these three players, they're covering three of the top 4 teams in the league. You can't be surprised that it's a tight race.
So I guess this is going to be a very, very difficult decision for whoever is voting on these individuals for MVP. On a count of 3, just shout who do you think is going to, well, not shout, just say who do you think is going to be the winner? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Asia.
Fee.
What? Did you say Fee?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think it's going to be Fee?
Why do you give Asia a co-defensive player of the year, if not as a consolation prize for not getting MVP again?
Are you saying that? Are you saying Fee because you know that this is the route that the WNBA is taking, or you think it's because in your heart of hearts that she should get?
No, I'm saying this as what I think is going to happen. Like if I was a bet making person, and I absolutely am not, and I don't understand betting culture, but we are not sponsored by Betano or any betting thing.
So change your damn logo. It looks like Gatorade.
Yeah. But if I was bet making, I would not be putting money on Asia, unfortunately, even though she clearly has incredible stats and I can fully see her getting it. I don't trust the numbers that they've published. And I think they've given Asia co-defensive player of the year to make up for not getting MVP.
Okay.
But in your heart of hearts,
in my heart of hearts, Asia Wilson is MVP. In the way that things are lining up and strategically how the WNBA is softening the blow, it's probably going to be Fee or AT. I feel like the WNBA kind of hates AT because they haven't really been talking about AT as MVP.
She's not a pretty straight girl.
Because she's, right? It's unconscious bias or literally bias.
To be fair, the WNBA does not platform queer players as much as it platforms straight players.
Yeah. Terrible. I think it's going to be Fee. And, Fee is MVP in her own right.
You're with Becky Hammond, right? Like if the conversation is not happening without Asia as a benchmark, to you, Asia is still the benchmark, right?
Asia is the blueprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Asia Wilson is the blueprint. And, but there are things at play that are behind the scenes that we don't know of.
Kathy Engelbert, what are you doing?
Adam Silver, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see what happens. I think that the consolation of consolations would be to do a co-MVP with Fee and AT, and that way you've covered Asia, Fee, and AT across a range of awards.
Shit?
Oh, absolutely.
What's the point?
But I think they might be trying to, split the baby or whatever the thing is.
It's so dumb. Like, if you look at the Ballon d'Or, is that what it's called? The soccer trophy? The best rivalry is between Messi and Ronaldo, right? You don't give them both a co. It's like one or the other, and everybody looks forward to it, and it's always the conversation and the debate. That's what drives it. And if you do that and you give everybody like a participation badge, then what the hell is the point?
It's definitely giving participation trophy situation.
Yeah, and we don't like that.
No.
So anyways, let's see what happens. But before we sign off, I want to give somebody a shout out. And I want to give a shout out to our girl, Angel Reese, because she dropped 3 iterations of her signature shoe with Angel Reese ones yesterday. And they all sold out within hours on the Reebok website. And I'm so proud of her because she just didn't do a drip of like different colorways. The pink, the white, and the black and white. And they all sold out. And the only ones that didn't sell out quickly were like the size 4.
Which ones would you be rocking if you were choosing a
I would be rocking the Show Me the Receipts, which are the black and white ones, because I just love black and white colorway.
Totally. I'd be rocking the all whites for sure.
Yeah, like the pearl ones.
Yeah.
So shiny and so new. But, she's had a very tough year. And for her to show the influence that she has in selling out these sneakers for a brand that hasn't been top of mind in the sneaker world for a very, very long time, she went with Reebok. Reebok bet on her and Reebok stuck with her. And this is the influence that Angel Reese had. I'm so proud of you, Angel Reese.
And Angel Reese's cultural impact is so bigger than just the WNBA fan base. And that goes back to her days at LSU, really.
Yeah.
Like, she made a name for herself on social. People who don't even follow basketball love her. She's clearly stunning. She clearly cares about her community. So, yeah, I'm really happy for her. It's exciting. I don't have a pair of the shoes.
I get a pair of the
So
shoes,
sad.
but I'm going to go ahead and say this, but Angel Reese is bigger than the WNBA.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she's got a life ahead of her for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully a long career in the NBA. You seem a little bit annoyed today. Is it the co-defensive player of the year?
Well, I
Making
just
you
think
angry?
that the WNBA is just fumbling so hard on all fronts.
Yeah.
And I think that they need to get their shit together because all these amazing players, women, they deserve so much better.
Yeah, we're close to a jump ball situation here, and Unrivaled might get the jump ball. So what we covered this week, we talked about what's happening so far in the playoffs, and we will be continuing to cover the playoffs as we head into round 2. Tonight, we will find out what happens in Mercury Liberty. So once you're listening to or watching this, that will be history and we will sound stupid. But that's where we are right now. The game starts in like an hour, I think. So we're really looking forward to that. And then we will be covering round 2 pretty soon and following up on the next round of awards because we've got some more to come. We've got the Sportsmanship Award, we've got MVP. Oh, and then of course the
teams,
the rookie team, etc.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
I can't remember what they're called, but I'm really excited to hear about them. And with my newbie hat on, I've been doing some research. So I'm excited to just like understand more about how these teams are put together, and it makes me really happy. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you don't already, please follow us. We are at Court Candy Pod on all platforms, social, YouTube, etc. We would love to see you there. We would love to hear your thoughts. If you think that we're wrong, if you think that we're right, we'd love to hear all of it.
It's about it though, please.
Yeah, please be nice. And we don't fuck with people who are offensive. Anyway, we are excited to see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us on Court Candy, and have a sweet week.
Take care. Bye-bye.